Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the Washington Nationals replay. Washington Nationals baseball is coming to you from SunTrust Park today in Atlanta. First game of a road trip, and that'll see 2 games here in Atlanta and then I believe 3 more in Cincinnati. So let's look at where we are right now. As of right now, the Washington Nationals and the Atlanta Braves are in a virtual tie for first place at 30 wins and 24 losses. The Mets are a half game back at 29-24. Phillies are 4.5 back and Miami 10.5 back. The Nationals coming off a disappointing split of a 4-game series against the Marlins, looking to see what they can do here against the Atlanta Braves. And as I like to do after every new series starts with a new team, we'll introduce who the opposing team, in this case the Atlanta Braves, have on their bench, bullpen, and everything else, so we know what kind of options are available to Brian Snitker, the manager. For the Braves off the bench, they have 1 left-handed hitter, Matt Joyce. They have 2 right-handed hitters, Charlie Culberson and backup catcher Tyler Flowers, and 1 switch hitter in Johan Camargo. So those are the 4 bench players available to the Braves. They have a plethora of right-handers out of the bullpen. Anthony Swarzak, Josh Tomlin, Luke Jackson, Tuki Toussaint, Jacob Webb, and Dan Winkler. 2 lefties, Jerry Blevins and Sean Newcomb. So those are the bullpen and bench players available for the Atlanta Braves. Starting pitcher in today's game for the Atlanta Braves is Max Fried. And on the season, after 10 starts via the Stratomatic computer, he's 6-3 with a 3.56 ERA, 60 2/3 innings, 57 hits, 27 runs, 24 earned, 13 walks, and 16 strikeouts. Let's look at the starting lineup for the Atlanta Braves in this game. Leading off in center field is Ronald Acuna Jr. Batting second at shortstop is Dansby Swanson. Hitting third at first base, Freddy Freeman. Batting cleanup at third base is Josh Donaldson. Hitting fifth in right field, Nick Markakis. Batting sixth in left field, Austin Riley. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Brian McCann. Batting eighth, playing second base, Ozzie Albies. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Max Fried. And for the Nationals, their starting pitcher for today's game is Stephen Strasburg. We'll get to his numbers in the bottom of the first. Lineup for the Nationals: Trey Turner will lead off at short. Adam Eaton's in right field. He'll bat second. Anthony Rendon's at third. He'll hit third. Hitting cleanup is left fielder Juan Soto. Batting fifth at first base is Howie Kendrick. Hitting sixth and catching, Kurt Suzuki. Batting seventh at second base, Brian Dozier. Hitting eighth in center field, Victor Robles. And batting ninth is Stephen Strasburg. All right, so brand new series. Only a 2-game set, as Game 3 was rained out. Tomorrow's game, Anibal Sanchez against Kevin Gausman. So we get everything lined up here for the top of the first. This is Game 55 as we start the second third of the season. And I already gave the lineup for the Nationals. Defensively for the Braves, Riley in left, Acuna in center, Markakis in right, Donaldson at third, Swanson at short, Albies at second, Freeman at first, and Brian McCann behind the plate catching the offerings of Max Fried, who won the 2019 season, 17-6 with a 4.02 ERA. Of course, I have the game on the computer as I like to have, so I can have all the updated stats ready to go, particularly for the bullpen and pinch hitters. So, Trey Turner. Talk about somebody struggling big time. He is having his issues. He's all the way down to even 200. No homers and 5 driven in. So about as bad as you can get. But we'll see what he can do here against the left-hander Max Fried. Maybe the lefty will treat him well. Ironically, one thing I forgot to mention, I looked at both teams, and against left-handed pitching and right-handed pitching, they have the exact same record. They're both 24-17 against righties, but only 6-7 against lefties. So that kind of gives a pseudo advantage to Atlanta since they are throwing the lefty on the mound. We'll see if it plays out. But the Nationals 6-7 against lefty starters. So we'll see if they can turn those fortunes around. They do have 2 lefties in the lineup in Eaton and Soto. Everybody else is right-handed. All right, Max Fried facing Trey Turner. Game 55 from SunTrust Field in Atlanta is underway. 4-1 for Max Fried. It's a possible error on a throw. 5-1 is a liner to second base, nabbed by Albies. Out number 1. And again, Turner hit it hard, but can't catch a break. And there's 1 away. That'll bring up Adam Eaton. He's hitting .267, 6 homers and 29 driven in. Lefty on lefty matchup. 4-5, and that's going to be a possible home run. 1-7, it has to pass that check, but 11 is too high, so will not be a home run chance for Eaton, but he will swing. 2-1, he's going to line it to short. So 2 line drives, 1 to second and 1 to short. And they're tagging Max Fried early, but nothing to show for it. 2 up and 2 down, and that brings up Anthony Rendon. He's at an even 300. 10 homers and 27 driven in. 1-6 strikeout chance, but 12 is too much. We go to Rendon. 3-1, he's going to fly to left, and the inning's over. 1-2-3 go the Nationals here in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. It is Washington 0, and the Braves coming to bat. And Steven Strasburg is on the mound, and we'll look at his numbers. Through 11 starts, he is 3-5 with a .295 ERA, 73 in a 30 innings pitch, 55 hits, 30 runs, 24 earned, 20 walks, and 87 strikeouts. So Strasburg now finishing up those warm-up tosses, and he'll be facing Ronald Acuna Jr. On the replay through Stratomatic. He's hitting .285, 14 homers, and 37 driven in 207 at-bats. Strasburg, 1-6 is a strikeout chance, 13, too much. Go to Acuna, 2-6, he's going to fly to left. 1 down. So Acuna's out of there. That brings up the shortstop, Dansby Swanson, hitting .241. 5 homers and 21 driven in. Strasburg, 4-6. Range play at SunTrust Park. A 3-6, and that is a star 3, which is a ground ball to first. So it's a range check on Kendrick. He is a 3. Has to be a 1-3 to get to this. He does not. Will it get by him for a double? It does. It's a double down the line for Dansby Swanson. Opposite field double. And the Braves are in business early with Swanson aboard. I'm not going to try to steal, but we do have a pickoff chance, so we'll roll for that. And that's a 20, so if it's a 1, they pick him off second base. Nope, he gets back just in time. Here's Freddy Freeman hitting .284, 8 homers, 31 driven in. First base is open, but I don't think you want to start walking guys this early. So they'll go ahead and pitch to him. 6-2, strikeout plus, and that's why you pitch to him. He got him. 2 down. And that'll bring up third baseman Josh Donaldson, hitting .236, 7 home runs, 26 driven in. Strategy roll. It's another 20, so it's a chance for another chance to get a pickoff, but it has to be a 1. Nope, not going to happen this time either. So here's Strasburg to Donaldson, 2-4. That's a blank for a right-handed batter, so we'll go to Donaldson. 6-2, it's a single to right field. This may score the run. Swanson runs at a 5. There are 2 outs, makes him a 6. And as usual, I always forget one thing, seemingly. And I'm going to have to pause the video because I don't remember what I did with that one thing. They must have moved it somewhere else, so I've got to go find it. Pause the video and we'll be right back to see if he scores the run. Okay, I tell you, you think you have everything and then you go to grab something, it's not there. But I got it now. All right, so the single went to right field, and we figured out Swanson's a base run rating of 5, but there are 2 outs, makes him a 6. To go from second to home on a single to right, you add 1, makes him a 7. Eaton's a -2, so that comes up to a 5. 5, anything other than 6, he will score. And he does, and that's a 5 there, but that's higher. The 1 says he scores, but the 5 is higher than the base runner on Donaldson, so he has to stay at first. But it's an RBI single, and the Braves lead it 1-0. So the good speed from Swanson pays off. Donaldson's an attempt of 1, plus 1 from Strasburg is a 2, but nothing's happening on the strategy roll. And that'll bring up Nick Markakis, the right fielder. Markakis hitting .286, 5 homers, 34 driven in. 6-5, that's possible error. 5-6, that's a ground ball back to Strasburg. He's a 10, but that's a 17, so Strasburg will make the play. But the Braves break through, double and a single, so a run, 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. And after 1 complete, it is Atlanta 1 and Washington nothing. Battle for first place. And the loser could drop to 3rd place if the Mets win. So we'll have to wait and see. Could be jockeying back and forth all season long the way it's going. All right, top of the 2nd we go. Juan Soto will lead things off. He's hitting .262. 11 homers, 35 driven in. 5-6 strikeout chance, and he got him. So Soto out on strikes. 1 away, and that brings up Howie Kendrick, the first baseman. Kendrick, .306, 9 homers, 32 driven in. 1-3 is a strikeout chance, 18's too high. Kendrick, 4-6, question mark 9 against a lefty. It goes to 17. That's a 14. That would be a double for Howie Kendrick. So a 1-out double for Howie Kendrick. First hit of the game for the Nationals. Kendrick at second base. Brings up the catcher, Kurt Suzuki. Hitting .315, 4 homers and 18 driven in. Roll for a possible pickoff. Nothing happening. Free to Suzuki, 3-6 strikeout chance, got him. 2 down. Big strikeout there. That brings up the second baseman, Brian Dozier, hitting .263. 6 homers and 18 driven in. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Fried, 2-6 strikeout chance, got him. So Max Fried strikes out the side other than the double. No runs a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Still 1-0 Atlanta. Strasburg comes back out. First batter he will face is the left fielder, Austin Riley. Austin Riley. Hitting .184, 2 homers, 7 driven in. 5-2 is a strikeout chance, 17 too high. So Riley, 2-2, fly ball to center field. Robles has got it. 1 down. That will take us to the catcher, Brian McCann. McCann on the replay, 205, 5 homers, 14 driven in. 4-2, double question mark against the lefty. 1-18 is an automatic out. That's a 10, so it will be the automatic out. And it will be a ground ball to third. 2 down. And that takes us to Ozzie Albies, the number 8 hitter, second baseman, hitting .308, 12 homers, 30 RBI. That's a tough number 8 hitter right there. You don't see many number 8 hitters that good. 2-4. 2-4, he is a switch hitter batting left, so that will be an automatic out because of that. And it's going to be a ground ball to third again. So the inning's over. 3 up and 3 down go the Braves here in the 2nd. We go to the 3rd. Still 1-0. Favor of the Atlanta Braves. Max Fried back out. We'll be facing Victor Robles, then Strasburg, then Turner. Robles on the season, hitting .205, 4 homers, 21 driven in. That's a 4.6, and that is a strikeout chance. 20, though, is too high for that. Robles, 6-1. That's a fly to center. 1 down. And that brings up Steven Strasburg. Strasburg on the season, hitting .043, 1 for 23 on the season. 3-1, range play at SunTrust. 5-1, that's a ground ball in front of the plate. McCann's range is a 3. He got it, so it's a 2-3 ground out for out number 2. McCann quickly out from behind the box, makes the play. And here's Trey Turner. His average now is dipped below the Mendoza line. He's hitting a .197. Trying to turn it around. 2-6 strikeout chance. That's a 6. And he won't turn it around. That's just another strikeout. 3 up and 3 down again for the Nationals here in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 1-0 Atlanta. And Trey Turner struggles. Seemed to want to continue for quite some time. All right, bottom of the third we go. It'll be the pitcher, Max Fried, to lead it off. And Fried is a good hitting pitcher, at least on the replay and strat he is. He's hitting .294, 5 for 17. 196 in the season. Strasburg, 6-5. That's a possible error. Oh, that white dot did not go through. Don't know how that happened. Let's fix that. Sewer dice or whatever you call it. So we'll re-roll it. Okay, we were checking on a possible error. 6-1 is a double to center field. How about that? 7, there's no error on the play, but it will be a leadoff double for Max Fried. How do you like that? A leadoff double by the pitcher, Max Fried. That takes us to Acuna. And I don't know what happened to his card here. It had to be something I did. I know it didn't come like this, but something happened where I got a little smear on it up here. I don't know how that happened. It was not from Inside Pitch. If you buy this set from Inside Pitch, you will not get that on the Acuna card. That's just something I did. Let's see. Strasburg, attempt of a pickoff. Nope, not going to pick it off. Here's Acuna. 1-5. That's a walk plus. And Acuna will draw the walk. That puts runners at first and second with nobody out. For Swanson, who doubled his first time up and scored. So Strasburg has to be careful with a big inning. Nothing on the strat roll. Strasburg, 5-3. It's a possible hit by pitch, but that's too much, so no hit by the pitch. Swanson gets the swing. 1-2, star 5. That's a fly to left, 1 away. But now you have to deal with Freeman and Donaldson, so no easy task there either. Did strike out Freeman his first time up. Nothing on the strategy roll. Strasburg, 2-2 is a possible wild pitch, but that's a 20, so just going to be ball 1. 4-4 strikeout chance, but 14 is too high. So we go to Freeman. 3-4. That's a star 4, which is a ground ball to second, possible double play. He's a 3-0. They're halfway, makes it a 4. Pivot is a 0. 1-4, and it is a double play. Nope, it's a 5, so that's not going to happen. They will get the force play on Acuna. So Acuna will be out. And I'm trying to remember where it went now. Drawing a blank. If it went to short or went to second. I think it went to second, so it'll be a 4-6 fielder's choice. Hopefully that's right. If not, it really doesn't matter all that much. Freeman's aboard at first. Fried moves to third. There are now 2 outs. And that's going to set it up for Donaldson. Freeman has an attempt of 1, plus 1 from Strasburg is a 2. Nothing happening. So here's Donaldson. Try to extend the lead. Strasburg 5-5. Possible error on a throw. Donaldson 5-4. It's a fly to center. That's going to end the inning. So Strasburg pitches out of that mess. And at the end of 3, it's still 1-0 for the Braves. No runs, a hit, no errors, and they left 2 on. So we go to the 4th with a 1-0 ball game. And Adam Eaton will be stepping in against Fried. Mr. Eaton. Line to short his first trip. 1-6, that's a strikeout chance, but 11 is too much. Eaton, 4-6, he's going to fly to center. 1 down. And that brings up Anthony Rendon. Fried, 3-4, that is a range play. So we go to Rendon for a range check. 5-2, that's a pop up to second. Albies is a 3. And he fails it. So, failed pop up to second on a range play. Failed range check on a pop to second. Turns into an S4. It's just a 1-base advancement. So, Rendon get the base hit. As Albies couldn't track it down. Rendon has an attempt of 1, but -1 from Fried takes that away. We'll roll for a possible pickoff. Nothing happening. Here's Juan Soto. 2-4. That's the ballpark card going to SunTrust Park. Soto. 2-2. Star 1, and that's going to be a ground ball to second. Possible double play. He's a 2. 0 there. Pivot at short is a 0. They are halfway. Makes them a 3. So 1 to 3, it's a double play. 6, that means the runner's going to advance. So a 4-3 ground out, and Rendon will take second base. As Albie's only play is to go to Freeman. So 2 down for Howie Kendrick. Strat roll, nothing happening. Kendrick doubled his first chance. 4-2, that's a possible strikeout, but 12 is too high. Kendrick will swing, 3-6, question mark 7 against a lefty, goes to 17. That's a 2, that's a base hit for Howie Kendrick. Now can Rendon score? The base hit went to left field. Riley has a 0 arm to get from second to home on a single to left. You add 1. So Rendon's base running rating is a 3. You add 1 because it went to left field, gives him a 4. There are 2 outs, that makes him a 5. So 1 to 5, he will score. Anything other than 6 on the blue die, and he scores. And he does. So Rendon comes in, and we got a tie game at 1 apiece. RBI single from Howie Kendrick, and he does it again with his hot hitting. He has been tearing it up here for the Nationals. He has no chance to steal. We'll roll for the strategy roll. Nothing happening. Here's Kurt Suzuki. 1-4, strikeout chance. 15's too much. We'll go to Suzuki. 5-6. Another question mark 7. Against the lefty, it goes up to 12, but that's an 18, so it's just a fly to left to end the inning. But the Nationals get a run. They do it on 2 hits. No errors and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 4th, tied at 1. Here at SunTrust Park. Good pitching matchup between Fried and Strasburg. And Strasburg will be facing Nick Markakis, Austin Riley, and Brian McCann here in the bottom of the 4th. Tied at 1 apiece, game 1 of 2 in the 2-game series. Both teams with a dead even 30-24 record, so about as even as you're going to get. Strasburg 1-4. And that's an automatic out against a lefty, so that will be the out. Let's see what the out is. It's ground ball to short. Turner's there, one away. So one down, and that sends us to Austin Riley. Riley, his first time, flew to center. Strasburg 4-2, double question mark. It's a right-hander. A one's a single. That is a one. How do you like that? He had one chance and 5% chance to give up a hit to a righty, and he found it. So Austin Riley gets the base hit. How many times does that D20 come up as a number one? It's very rare. Riley's attempt of one plus one from Strasburg is a 2, but nothing's happening. So Brian McCann steps in. Strasburg 3-3. He's not tired, so there's no single. McCann 4-6. It's pop up to short, and Turner is there, 2 down. And that's going to leave it up to Ozzie Albies for the Braves. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Strasburg to Albies, 4-5, and that's the ballpark card going to SunTrust Park. 5-2, that's a blank. We're going to the rare play chart in Replay Baseball. Rare play chart, see what happens. There is a runner on first and 2 outs. We'll roll the 2d6s, see what we get, add them up. And they add up to a 10. So we go here to runner on first, rare play chart, and we look for the 10, and then we're looking for 1 out, which is attempted pickoff, possible balk move. Or, I'm sorry, there are 2 outs, my bad. There are 2 outs. Attempted pickoff, catcher snaps, quick throw to first base. That's what we're looking at, because there are 2 outs. All right, attempted pickoff, catcher snaps, quick throw to first base. Batter swings through the pitch, and catcher fires to first base to try to nail the runner straying off the bag. Roll 1 die against the catcher's defensive rating. So in this case, the catcher is Suzuki. He's a 2. And basically this is backwards because you want to have, in replay baseball, the higher number for a catcher is a better defensive player. And yeah, so it's kind of backwards. So Suzuki's not that good as a 2. He's a little bit lesser. So in this case, we have to reverse it. If it's higher than the 2, then he gets picked off. If it's a 1 or a 2, he'll get picked off. 3 or higher, he gets back. So 1 or 2, he's picked off. 3 or higher, he gets back. And he gets back. So no pick off after all. And like I said, sometimes I like the rare play book, but sometimes the way the ratings are done, you have to read the question and apply it properly to the ratings. All right, so he got back. So Albies will stand in against Strasburg. 6-1 is a range play. Go to Ozzie Albies for the range. 4-6, that's a fly to left, but the range of Soto, he's a 3. And he can't get to it. It's a single or a double. It's a double to left field for Ozzie Albies. And now, can Riley score? Soto's a 0 arm. Riley runs as a 2. There are 2 outs, makes him a 3. Score from first on a double to left. You lose 1, drops him back to a 2. So 1-2 on the blue die. Riley scores. 3, 4, 5. He's got to hold at third. 6, somebody's out. 4, he's got to hold. So he cannot score. Even with 2 outs, he cannot score. He has to hold at third base. And that sets it up for the pitcher, Max Fried, who did double his last time up. So not an automatic out here by any means. Make sure there's no pickoff, and there's not. So here is Strasburg to Fried. 5-6 strikeout chance. Cannot get him. That's too high. Fried gets the swing. 2-4. Ground ball to second. He just missed a single. Ground ball to second. And that's going to end the inning. But Strasburg sweating bullets there, but got out of it. And at the end of 4, we're still tied at 1. And why is this not adding up here? Hold on. Let's see here. Okay, now we're straight. All right, so we go to the 5th, tied at a run apiece. And Freed back out. And he will be facing the bottom of the order, Dozier, Robles, and Strasburg. Here in the top of the 5th, tied at a run apiece. Dozier's first time struck out. 4-6. Another strikeout chance. 11 is too much. So to Dozier, 1-1. He's going to single to right field. Leadoff single for Brian Dozier. He is aboard. His attempt is a 1, but -1 from Freed takes that away. Will roll for a pickoff. Nothing happening. Here's Robles. Freed 4-3. He's not tired, so there's no single there. Go to Robles, 1-4. Ground ball to third, could be a double play. He's a 1. They're halfway, makes it a 2. The pivot at second, Albies, is a +1. So that's going to make it a 3. 1-3, it's a double play. And it is. Round the horn, 5-4-3. Albies turned it well. And there's 2, just like that, there are 2 quick outs. And Strasburg, the pitcher, is up. Freed, 6-4. That's a strikeout chance. 17, though, is too much. Strasburg does get the swing. 1-6, star 2. That's a ground ball to second. Inning's over. So nothing doing there for the Nationals. They get a base hit, and that was it. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied at 1. And it'll be the top of the order for the Braves, Ronald Acuna. He has flown to left and walked in his 2 times up. (3-3) for Strasburg. He's not tired, so there's no single there. Acuna, 4-4. That's a single past the shortstop, so Ronald Acuna gets the base hit. And he's maybe looking to try to get a jump. He's got a jump rating of 5, +1 from Strasburg is a 6. Cannot get the jump, though, so he's got to hold fast. And here's Dansby Swanson. A double and a fly to left. Strasburg, 5-2. Strikeout chance, 19's too much. Strasburg now to Swanson, 2-2. Split chance, but against a right-hander, it's a grounder to first. Could be a double play. That's a 1. They're halfway, makes it 2. And that's it. Nothing on the pivot. So a 1-2 for a double play. It's a 6. That means the runner is going to advance. So a ground ball to Kendrick. His only play will be to first base. Steps on the bag. Acuna will get to second base. So kind of a pseudo sacrifice there. Although that's not how it's scored. But it works out the same way. That brings up Freddy Freeman. Strategy roll for Strasburg. Nothing happening. Strasburg to Freeman. 3-2. Possible error on a ground ball. Freeman, 3-1's a fly to left, so no error there. 2 down. And it's all up now to Josh Donaldson. First base is open, but Markakis is no slouch on deck either, so you pick your poison. Nothing on the strategy roll. Here's the pitch to Donaldson. 2-3 is a range play. 3-5 is a fly to left. We're checking the range of Soto. He's already missed 1 on the range play. He gets a second chance. That's a 3. And he can't get it. Is it a single or a double? It's a single this time, but with Acuna's speed, he will probably score. See, Acuna runs at a 5. There are 2 outs, makes him a 6. Nothing on the arm for Soto. Single to left to score from second, you add 1, so he will score without a throw. And the Braves have reclaimed the lead. It's the second time Soto has failed on a range check to make the catch, and it's cost his team a run. So Donaldson's aboard now. He's got an attempt of 2. And that is a 2. Does he want to try to steal? 13 plus the 1's a 14 plus 2 is a 16. 1-16, he can make it. And he does. Stolen base for Donaldson. He's in scoring position. And Nick Markakis, the batter. Strategy roll for Strasburg. Nothing happening. Strasburg to Markakis. 1-4. That's an automatic out on the star line. So there's going to be an easy play there. It's a ground ball to first. Kendrick will take it to the bag himself. The inning is over. For the Braves, they get a run on 2 hits. No errors and a man left. And at the end of 5, it's Atlanta 2 and Washington 1. And now we head to the 6th. Now it's the time to start looking at fatigue for both pitchers. And in this case, for Fried, he can face 23 batters. Right now, he's faced 18. So he's right on the cusp of possibly needing to be removed. But I think they're going to try to at least get him through this inning. And he's scheduled to bat 3rd next inning. But he's a good hitter, so you might even leave him in there to hit for himself. Here's the dreadful Trey Turner. He's 0 for 2. And entered the game hitting 200. Now he's hitting a $194. 1-2 strikeout chance, but this time 13 is too high. Go to Turner. 5-3. It's a ground ball to short. 1 away. As Turner's struggles continue from the leadoff position. And your leadoff man is struggling that much, it just really dampers the chance or hampers the chance of scoring runs. Here's Eaton. 2-5. That's a possible error on a ground ball. 2-3. That's a star 2. That is a ground ball to second. That's a 1. So Ozzie Albies, he's only an error rating of 2, but that 1 fits. And it'll be a rare error on Ozzie Albies. Well, how many times does that happen? That's another time that the D20 came up as a number 1, and it cost somebody. All right, so Adam Eaton, attempt of a 2, -1 from Fried is a 1. 20, so chance of a balk, pickoff, or a pickoff error. That's a 13. It's a pickoff error. So Fried just missed picking off Eaton, but he threw it away, and that's an E1. So we go from an E4 to an E1 on the pickoff. And that puts Eaton at 3rd base. Wait a minute, how did he get at 3rd? He shouldn't be at 3rd base. I'm going to fix the computer here. I entered that incorrectly, so let's do that again. Try this again. 1 base error. Okay, now he's at 2nd base where he should be. All right, he's at 2nd base. Check again for a possible pickoff or anything. Nothing's happening this time around. Here's Rendon with the tying run at 2nd base and 1 out. Fried, 5-3. Strikeout chance, and he got him. A 1 shows up again. And a lot of number 1s there on the D20. That makes it 2 away for Juan Soto. Roll on the strat again for Fried. Nothing happening. I don't think Eaton's going to try to steal 3rd here. He could. No, he can't. Never mind. He can't. Fried, 1-4. Strikeout chance. 13's too much. We'll go to Soto. 3-6. Grounder to 2nd, and the inning is over. So for the Nationals, no runs, no hits, no 1 error, and and 1 left rather. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, still 2-1 Braves in the lead. And look at Strasburg. He can face 25 batters. Right now he has faced 23, so he's right on the verge of being tired as well. Although well chronicled how bad the Nationals bullpen is. Here's Austin Riley to start things off. He is 1 for 2 with a single. Strasburg 4-5. That's the ballpark card going to SunTrust Park. 1-2. That's a home run to center field. He's a 13. That's only a 3. That is gone. Austin Riley, straightaway center field, hit it deep. And the Braves now grab a 3-1 lead. And now the bullpen for the Nationals is loosening. Left-hander Matt Grace loosening in the bullpen for the Nationals. Here's Brian McCann. Strasburg, 5-6, strikeout chance, 9, too high. Go to McCann, 6-1, he's going to fly to left, 1 away. And that was batter number 25, so Strasburg is now tired. He is now fatigued. If he hits a fatigue check, he has to come out. Here's Ozzie Albies. 1-6, strikeout chance, got him. 2 down. They really like Strasburg to finish the inning if possible. And here's Max Fried. He's going to stay in there and hit for himself. He's a pretty good hitter, as we've seen. Strasburg, 3-2 is a possible error on the ground ball. Fried, 3-4, star 2. That's a ground ball to short. That's a 20, though, so Turner will not make the error. He will make the play to end the inning, but a big home run from Austin Riley. Unlikely source, but he did it. A run, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the 7th. It's Atlanta 3 and the Nationals 1. Max Fried is back out. He has faced 22 batters. He can face 23 before tiring. So he's right on the cusp of being tired. And the Braves bullpen is active down there. They do have right-handed action out of their bullpen. And the right-hander is Josh Tomlin. So Tomlin is loosening. Howie Kendrick, the first man up for the Nationals, and he's had a good day. Double and a single. He's been one of the few that have figured out Max Fried. And Kendrick's average now is up to 319. Fried to Kendrick, 3-3. That's ball 1. 2-2. Blank to a right-hander. Go to Kendrick. 6-1, star 2. That's going to be a ground ball to second. 1 away. So Kendrick is out of there, and here's Suzuki. And now Fried is tired, so if he hits the fatigue roll, he's going to have to come out. 2-3. That's not a fatigue roll, but it is a straight-up single for Kurt Suzuki. So Kurt Suzuki with the 1-out single. He has no attempt, so he can't do any, go anywhere. Here's Dozier. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Fried to Dozier. 5-6, strikeout chance. That's a 9, and that is a 9. So Dozier strikes out. Out number 2. SunTrust Park does not affect strikeouts. It only affects walks. All right, here's Robles. Nothing on the strategy roll. Here's Robles. Fried, 3-1 is a range play at SunTrust Park. 1-6. That's a single plus to right field. The range of Markakis is a 2. Can Markakis get to it? He can. He takes the hit away. So how about that? Nick Markakis robbing Victor Robles of a base hit. Probably would have been runners at the corners at the very least. It would have been runners at the corners, with Robles potentially being at second with a double. But Markakis took that away. Now we go to the bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time. The Strat computer now tells me that Max Fried is tired, but we already knew that. And now Strasburg, who's also tired. And he is set to lead off next inning. So do you try to milk an extra inning out of Strasburg is the question. If he hits a tired roll, he has to leave. So they're going to start out with Strasburg and see if he can hang on here. But when you get to Freeman, they may end up taking him out. I don't know. We'll wait and see. They do have a lefty and a righty now, as Grace has sat down, but they do have Tony Sipp, the lefty, warming up. And they also have right-hander Tanner Rainey. So you got Sipp and Rainey loosening in the bullpen for the Nationals. Here's Acuna. He will lead things off. He is 1 for 2, single, a walk, and a run scored. Strasburg, 5-4, strikeout chance, 11 got him. Strasburg gets the K. As Martinez is reluctant to go to that bullpen. And you can't blame him. Here's Dansby Swanson. He's 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. 4-6, range play at SunTrust Park. 1-6, that's another single to right with a possibility of extra bases. Eaton is a 3. Can he do what Markakis did in the top half? He can. He takes the base hit away. So what's good is good for the goose, I guess, is good for the gander, as they took that hit away from Swanson. 2 down for Freddy Freeman. And since this base is empty and 2 out, they're going to go ahead and let Strasburg try to get out of the inning, as he is set to lead off the next inning. 4-1, that is a strikeout plus, and he got him, so Strasburg does finish in style. He will go 7 innings, give up 3 runs, all of which were earned, one of them on the dinger. He's going to give up 8 hits. Let's check his walks. He walked 1, and that was it. Just Acuna is the only one he walked. And he struck out 1, 2, only 4 strikeouts, and 2 of those just came in the last inning. Interesting. Okay, so now we need a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter time for Strasburg. And we're going to have Max Fried lead the game as well. So the Braves will bring in their bullpen. And they're going to bring in Josh Tomlin to pitch the 8th. Josh Tomlin will be on. And we'll need a pinch hitter. It'll be Gerardo Parra for the Nationals. Gerardo Parra will be the pinch hitter. So we'll put all those in the computer and then see where we are stat-wise. So Tomlin is in. So let's do some logistics with these 2 changes. Gerardo Parra, the new pinch hitter. And on the mound will be Josh Tomlin. Tomlin on the replay is 2-1 with a 2.03 ERA and a save. And on the replay, Parra is hitting .264, 4 homers and 18 driven in. Do the numbers very quickly on Max Fried. And see how he fared. Obviously very well. Max Fried ends up giving up 5 hits and a run. 7 innings, 5 hits and a run, which was earned. And he didn't walk anybody, struck out 6. And could improve to 7-3 on the replay. Right now it is Gerardo Parra pinch hitting here in the top of the 8th to lead off for the Nationals, as they are down 3-1 and looking for a spark. So when you look for a spark, you go to the shark, I guess. That's the way it works. Gerardo Parra against Tomlin. 5-6 strikeout chance. 10 is too high. We go to Parra. 6-4. It's a star 4, which is a fly to left. 1 away, so much for the spark. And it takes us to Trey Turner, who is now down to 191. Dropped 9 points just in this game by going 0 for 3 in 68 at-bats. Tomlin to Turner, 4-1. Possible error on a ground ball. Turner 2-3. That's a single to left. He finally got himself a base hit. Riley's error is an 8. That's a 20, so there's no error on the play. But Turner gets a base hit, and the dugout rejoices after that fact. He does have an attempt of 6. -1 is a 1 for a 5. Get the jump. And he does, so he's going to try to steal it. He's an 18. -1 is a 17. McCann's a +1, back to an 18. Anything other than a 19 or 20, and he steals it. And it's a 1. Possible throwing error on McCann. He's a 7 for his throwing error. And he does throw it away. So it's a stolen base and a throwing error on McCann. Second error by the Braves. So it's a stolen base and then an E2 on the throw. So that's what happens when you get your speedster on base. You can cause these kind of errors. Puts the runner at third base with only one out. And that brings up Adam Eaton. Now the Braves will play the infield back because they lead by 2. So they'll give up the run to get the out. No strategy roll. Tomlin, 1-2, strikeout chance, 7, got him. He got Adam Eaton on strikes. Big strikeout there. Keeps the runner at third with 2 down for Anthony Rendon. Again, no strategy roll. Tomlin, 6-1 is a possible wild pitch. That's a 10. It will be a wild pitch, and that will bring home Turner. So Turner comes in to score on the wild pitch by Tomlin. Cuts the lead to 3-2. But now there's 2 outs and the bases are clear for Rendon. 1-1 blank on Tomlin. We go to Rendon. 1-6, he's going to fly to right to end the inning, but the Nationals get that run, which could be big to help them in the 9th inning. That cheap, kind of a cheap run there. 1 run, a hit, and an error, and nobody left. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Need a new pitcher for the Nationals. It's 3-2. Favor the Braves. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, it'll be Donaldson, Markakis, and Riley due up for the for the Braves rather. And let's see who the Nationals want to bring in. I guess they're going to bring in Tanner Rainey. He was the one they had up in the bullpen as the right-hander. Him and Sip, but with Donaldson, Markakis, and Riley, 2 righties. They're going to go to the right-hander, Tanner Rainey. So Rainey is going to come on, and his struggles have been fairly well documented if you've been watching the replay at all. Tanner Rainey comes in 0-1 with a 7.50 ERA, and that's actually been an improvement. His ERA was around 9 not that long ago. So Tanner Rainey is on to try to pitch the Nationals into the 9th with the score remaining 3-2, but he's got to do it against Donaldson, Markakis, and Riley. Rainey, 4-5. That's a strikeout plus. That's a good start for him. He strikes out Donaldson. 1 down. And that'll send us to right fielder Nick Markakis. He's 0 for 3. 4-2. That's a walk plus. So you get the good with the bad, I guess, with Rainey. And he walks Markakis. And Markakis does not have any attempt. Will roll for a pickoff chance, but not happening. And here's Riley, who homered. How big is that a home run now in the 6th inning? Gave him that extra cushion. Rainey to Riley. 3-1, and that's a home run question mark against a right-hander, 1-13. That passes. So Riley on a 1-13, he'll hit his 2nd home run of the game, a 2-run shot. If it's a 1-13, if it's not, he gets to swing on the next pitch. But 1-13, it's going to be a 2-run homer. It's a 15, so Nationals caught a big break there. But Riley does get to swing. 3-6, it's a star 4. Star 4 is a ground ball to third. Could be a double play. He's a 2, but he takes away 1, makes it a 1. They're halfway, brings it back to a 2. Nothing on the pivot. 1-2 for a double play. It's a 5, so that's not going to happen. But they will get the force play as Rendon goes to Dozier for the fielder's choice. 5-4. And that will send up Brian McCann. Rainey to McCann. Again, strategy roll. Nothing happened. Rainey to McCann. 1-2 is a possible wild pitch, and it will be a wild pitch. And that will put the runner in scoring position as Riley moves up. And that's huge. Now you got to be real careful. You got the lefty McCann. Do you bring in the right-hander? Well, actually, if you look at this, even though he had 277 at-bats, he is not carded for splits, unfortunately, which probably means he didn't do very well against lefties. I'm just a guess, but I'm going to go to Retro Sheet and figure out how he did against lefties, because you wonder about stuff like, at least I wonder about stuff like that. Lefties, righties, all the strategy that comes along with it. So let's see what he did against lefties, Mr. McCann. Of course, you're bringing a lefty, they could always pinch hit with a righty, so kind of figure out what you want to do here. McCann against the lefties hit 171 with no home runs. So we had 12 home runs, but none of them came against lefties. So let's see. They're going to make the move. They're going to make the move to Tony Sipp and force the hand of Brian Snitker. They will make the move to Tony Sipp for a lefty versus lefty matchup. And now, let's see what the Braves do. They will turn to their bench and they will pull McCann. The wheels are definitely spinning here. And do you go to Tyler Flowers straight up, or do you go to Charlie Culberson? They're going to go to Culberson to pinch hit, and then they'll use Tyler Flowers to catch in the top of the ninth. So a little bit of gamesmanship going on here. We have Culberson, who will pinch hit here in the eighth, and then we're going to have Flowers take over and catch in the ninth. So Culberson and Flowers will be used. Sipp is now in the game for the Nationals. Rainey's going to go 2/3 of an inning. He's going to get a walk and a strikeout, no hits. One runner on base is his responsibility. So let's make these moves on the computer and figure out how we're going to play this. With Tony Sipp coming in, the left-hander. And he'll be facing Charlie Culberson. Okay, on the replay, Tony Sipp is 0-1 with a 10.32 ERA and 11 innings pitched. And Culberson is hitting .242 on the replay, 1 homer and 10 driven in. So Culberson is up against Tony Sipp. We will have strategy roll because there's potential pickoff here. But no pickoff chances. So Sipp will now pitch to Culberson with Riley at second and 2 down. Sipp 1-1, walk plus, so he's going to walk the pinch hitter, Culberson. And that puts runners at first and second now because Riley was at second on the wild pitch. So it will put runners at first and second. And now you got the dangerous Ozzie Albies coming up. And you got to be careful about him if you're Tony Sipp. Albies does exceptionally well against lefties as a switch hitter. So you wonder if the matchups are going to play to his favor. But I think they're going to stick with Tony Sipp and let him see if he can get out of this. Nothing on the strategy roll. Here's Sipp to Albies. 1-3. That's a home run question mark to a right-hander. It's a 1-7. That passes with a 3. So Ozzie Albies has a 16 here for a 2-run homer. 16 or less. It is gone. Ozzie Albies has done it. A 2-run homer. And Dave Martinez is kicking himself for not intentionally, well, actually a 3-run homer. It's a 3-run shot. If you walk him, you load the bases, and then the Braves bring up a pinch hitter, Camargo. So, you know, how do you really want to play this? I guess they could have brought in a different pitcher. Of course, they will now, as Camargo is going to come on and pinch hit. And Sipp, actually, they're going to let Sipp try to finish out the inning. They don't want to burn another reliever if they don't have to. So Camargo is on to face Tony Sipp in the pinch. Braves now lead it 6-2. That kind of put the game away, you would think, on that 3-run bomb. So maybe a little bit of mismanagement there by Dave Martinez. He was playing a hunch, and the hunch got thrown back in his face. Sipp 1-5, strikeout chance. He does strike out Camargo to end the inning. But Rainey now is responsible for the 1 run. Sipp gives up the other 2. Did get a strikeout in the 3rd of an inning. But the Braves put a 3 spot up in the bottom of the 8th, and they take a 6-2 lead into the top of the 9th. We'll need a new pitcher for the Braves. It's no longer a save situation, so we're not going to go to their closer, which will be Luke Jackson. They're going to go, let's see, Nationals will have Soto, Kendrick, and Suzuki, so 2 lefties and a righty. 2 righties and a lefty. Tomlin went 1 inning, gave up a run, and he got a strikeout and a hit, and that was it. So who's going to come on? Is it going to be Winkler? Let's see if it's going to be Winkler. Yeah, it's going to be Daniel Winkler, or Dan Winkler. It's going to be coming on. Dan Winkler. He will be on to pitch. And if he gets into any sort of trouble, you can bet bullpen will be going crazy. And of course, Tyler Flowers is now in to catch, since McCann was pinch hit for. All right, so Flowers defensively, let's look at his numbers defensively. He's a 2, 6, and a +1. So kind of about the same as McCann, not that much difference. And it'll be Soto, Kendrick, and Suzuki due up for the Nationals as they trail it now 6-2. Despite 3 errors by the Atlanta Braves. All right, so it is Winkler. No relation to Henry. Hey. All right, here's Juan Soto. 1-2, it's a star line, so that's an automatic out right away. And that'll be a ground ball to short. Soto is retired, and it looks like Atlanta will be jumping into sole possession of first place. Even if the Mets win, they'll still be a half game ahead of them. Here's Kendrick. 3-5, and that's another star line. He found both his automatic out spots there. 5 is a fly to center, 2 down. Now it's going to send up Kurt Suzuki. 4-4, that's a possible error on a throw. 2-1, that's a double to left field. No throw required. Suzuki with a double. Keeps the inning going. And now Dozier is up. They may pull Dozier back and go to Matt Adams. We'll see. They want to let Dozier hit. He's 1 for 3. I think they're going to let Dozier hit, and they may hold Adams in case they get to the pitcher spot. So he will go ahead and hit. No strategy roll needed. Winkler 1-1. Home run question mark, but that fails. 20 is not going to pass that. So Dozier will get the hit for himself. 5-5. He's going to single past third base. And to score on that from second base, you have to have a 5 base running range. Suzuki's only a 1. Even with 2 outs makes him a 2. So he will hold at third base. That puts runners on the corners for Victor Robles, who's 0 for 3. Do you pinch hit for Robles here is the question. Now, I think you got to let him swing. And like I said, Matt Adams is on deck to hit for the pitcher in case that comes up. Because you're down by so many runs, you need... If the tying runs at the plate right now, they use Matt Adams. But since it's not, they're going to stick with Robles. 5-2, and that's a straight-up home run chance. And that's an 8, but that's a 9. Wow, Robles just misses a 3-run homer, but he does get to swing. 1-4 is in a ground to third, and the ball game is over. But Victor Robles, an eyelash away from a 3-run homer, that would have made this game very interesting. But as it is, the ball game is over. Now I've got to figure out how to get this thing where it needs to be here. On the computer. There we go. And we'll get the box score. And again, they lose to another left-handed starter. Their record drops even further to a left-handed starter. So we'll get the totals here from SunTrust Park. For the Braves, they get 6 runs on 9 hits despite the 3 errors. They left on 6. Washington, 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left on 6 as well. Winning pitcher is Max Fried, and he improves to 7-3. Losing pitcher is Strasburg. He drops to 3-6. And he's not pitching that poorly, but he's just not getting the run support. He drops to 3-6. There is no save. Tomlin gets a hold, but I'm not worried about holds. So that's going to do it here in Game 55. Atlanta improves to 31-24. Washington drops to 30-25. Have to see what the Mets do to see whether Washington stays in second place or drops to third place. But we'll see what happens on that. Next game, final game of the 2-game set, will be Anibal Sanchez against Kevin Gossman. And we're quickly approaching Memorial Day here in the replay. 55 games in the books. Game 56 will be next. Sanchez against Gossman. Then we'll get an off day for a rainout and then fly to Cincinnati to take on the Reds. So that's going to do it from here. Atlanta wins at 6-2. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.